Hello, and in this video we're going to be talking about negotiation fatigue. Now, when you're locked into a long and hard negotiation, people become tired and therefore they start to make mistakes or start to make concessions on what they would have done otherwise if the fatigue hasn't set in. So let's have a look at this topic in closer detail. Getting into a negotiation deadlock is difficult because it's very hard to get out of, because both sides are locking horns and neither side is willing to move, especially if it drags on for a number of months and coming on to a year in some cases, or maybe even longer. It's very emotionally draining as well as intellectually, because you're just giving it all every time, 100%, and therefore people just get fatigued with it and they get tired of seeing the same thing over and over again, and people aren't necessarily moving on their positions, and again the horns are still locked. As a result of that, people become emotional and they start to snap. People start to shout. People start to get overwhelmed by the situation. So people cry, even in maybe in private ways. One they might not do in the negotiation room, but they're very upset over it because it just isn't getting done. And what can you do about it? And because the other side is not backing down, well, we got back down. Why should we back down, etc., etc., etc. And majority of the time, people just want the pain to end. They just want the sign and make sure that they all forget about it and move on to the next thing in their lives, professionally and personally. Sometimes it's even the whole team wanted to stop. However, the issue is sometimes it's what exactly the tactic is. They're not backing down because they're being persistent. As one of the negotiation tactics is to be persistent over and over again in order to get what you want. Classic example of that is kids. They are smart negotiators, but also they're very persistent. They just grind you down to just give them that toy or give them that extra time to watch the cartoons. This is exactly the same in a business setting, where they grind you down in order to get what they want. No one said it will be easy. It's very tough. It's certainly not a walk in the park, especially when it's multicultural, multifaceted, number of departments involved, etc., etc. It becomes very frustrating, even internally, where people just want to get the deal done. Why can't we agree on something? And temper starts to flare. But what can you do when you're in this particular situation? Well, you can name it. You can realize and recognize that that's what it is. It's the negotiation fatigue. You're just being worn down and you're tired of seeing the same thing over and over again. The silver bullet here is patience. You have to take up more patience to just sit it out, to let the other side know that you're not backing down, but you're willing to move on other concessions in order to move this particular objective forward. Now, the other thing you can do is, in parallel, is to phone a friend, if you like. You give your colleague or your boss or whoever it may be the case outline and say, look, and what is it that we can do differently? A different perspective could give you different ways of looking at things and could help you solve the problem that you are having in your particular negotiation. What I would say is it's not easy, but you will get through it. Everything will end eventually. So it's tough at the moment if you're going through it right now. However, it will get better and you will move on from it. Just remember, it's never easy while you're in it. Once you're past it, you probably won't even remember it in a couple of years' time. You think, yeah, it was a tough negotiation, but all of them are tough. Well, I hope you liked the video. If you did so, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye-bye.